going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel, and as always, hey, happy Friday. We're here today for another episode of The Lost Lands of Golarion. Today, it's not necessarily a region so much as an empire that dominates most of a region. Today, it's all about the Padishah Empire of Kelesh. If you guys are liking what you're seeing, remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Real quick, this episode of The Lost Lands of Golarion was brought to you in part by Michael Baker. Michael, thanks so much for your help, my friend. Now, let's dive in. The vast Padishah Empire of Kelesh dominates much of south-central Khazmaron, along the Obari Ocean's Kardaji Bay. It grew during the Age of Destiny, and its line of emperors has been unbroken for thousands of years. Half a dozen satrapies the size of countries separate Qadira, in the Inner Sea, from the imperial heartland of Kelesh. Each satrapy up to and including Qadira pays homage to the decrees of the empire, but the grip of the empire itself is loosened the farther one goes north. The empire of Kelesh first rose to prominence as we see it mostly in Golarion, that of course being the Inner Sea region, at the end of the Age of Destiny. Guided by its merchants, Keleshite warriors invaded what today is Qadira and raised the green battle flag emblazoned with the black blade of war. That sounds sweet. In negative 43 AR, the Padishah Emperor Adalon IV approved of the conquest, and the silver blade of kings was added to the Qadiran flag. Soon after, Qadira became a satrapy to be ruled by the emperor's subordinate, the satrap Sarush. The empire is organized into numerous satrap states, the westernmost again being Qadira in Avestan. The empire also makes claim to the windswept waste, which is in northern Khazmaron. The power of the emperor has been supported for thousands of years through things like the exploitation of wishcrafting. Yep, that's right, you heard it here first. The Padishah Empire of Kelesh is run by min-maxers, bound genies, and other esoteric mathematicians, with the horse nomads of the windswept waste given more autonomy. The Padishah Empire of Kelesh is crisscrossed by the overland trade route known as the Golden Path. It begins in Vudra and travels straight through the heart of Kelesh, ending in the Qadiran capital of Kathir. Its exports include silk, philosophy, drugs, and bronzework. Pilgrims of all nationalities of the goddess Sarenrae, and we talked about Sarenrae on Wednesday afternoon worship not too long ago actually. If you'd like to get caught up, follow this card right up here, can often be found traveling along the road because Sarenrae's worship was believed to have begun in Kelesh. Of course, like all places on Golarion, the Padishah Empire of Kelesh has a real-world equivalent. Today we're looking at the Ottoman Empire on Golarion. We only see a little of it most of the time with Qadira. This is definitely a region I'd love to hear more about because hearing more about this region probably means something along the lines of an Inner Sea or Dragon Empire's world guide because there's just so much territory here. Being organized into satrapies is essentially the same as being organized into independent nations, right? Now, if I were to GM in the Padishah Empire, again, for the same reason that it's so vast, you could do pretty much whatever you wanted to do. You've got everything from horse nomads to rich merchants, people on religious pilgrimages, and all the way back again to everything else. It's kind of like saying, well, if I were to GM a campaign in the Inner Sea, I think I'd do this one thing. You can't, because there's just so much. The adventure hooks almost write themselves as well. Perhaps the party is journeying across the Golden Path on a pilgrimage to Sarenrae. Perhaps the party all got together at Session 0 and said, GM, I really want to play a horse archer. So you're playing in the windswept wastes because they need enough room to be horse archers. Or maybe even you just want to play a game where a lot of gold is thrown around. GMing along the Gold Road will certainly do that. But what do you guys think about this place? Have you ever adventured in the Padishah Empire of Kelesh or in Khazmaron at all? Maybe with just a little bit of luck, we'll see more of the Empire appear in Doomsday Dawn, the 2nd edition playtest adventure. And hey, time's running out. If you want to play that adventure, follow this card right up here to enter the giveaway. 6 lucky subscribers are going through. Thank you guys so much for watching. The next episode of The Lost Lands of Golarion, where we cover the cultures of the Crown of the World, drops next Friday.